In this video, I'm going to review Blofin Exchange. It is a new cryptocurrency exchange launched in 2023. It is growing massively, and in my opinion, it is a great place to trade crypto with leverage, to trade futures perpetual contracts. So I'm going to show you how you can sign up with Blofin Exchange, how easy it is to actually get started with trading, and how to do this both on the web browser and a mobile app that makes things very easy. Before I start this review video, I thought it would be interesting to let you know I actually met the CEO of Blofin Exchange when I was in Dubai. Firstly, I got invited to their after party, the Blofin Where Whales Are Made, that was held after Token 2049 in April 2024 in Dubai. And I got to see a lot of the inside operations here and the people who were working at Blofin. I got to meet the CEO. I got to meet a lot of the staff that are working there, and also obviously a lot of influencers and other traders that were also invited to that event. After the event, the CEO himself actually came to visit me at the hotel I was staying at. We had a nice coffee and chat in the lobby of the hotel, the JW Marriott Marquis in Dubai, and we had just a very nice chat about what they're doing with Blofin, the future of it, what they're looking to achieve, and I was just very, very impressed by all of this and the accessibility and the fact that, you know, they're young and they're hungry and they're really looking to grow and do things the right way. And that really made an impression on me, that the CEO himself just literally came out to see just me and met me for coffee and was willing to answer my questions and, you know, be very open about everything. And that was really, really good to see, especially, you know, in this world of crypto where there's so many strange things and shady things happening. The transparency is refreshing, the accessibility to them, and I was just very, very impressed. And that is part of the reason why I'm making this review here today. So let me run you through some key points about Blofin Exchange. Number one, it is available globally, which at this point in time is really interesting because there are a lot of different countries that are restrictive towards cryptocurrency trading. And Blofin seems to have accessibility, so make sure that when you sign up, use the link in the description below. You will be able to see if it's currently eligible or not in your country, but I think you will find that it is available in more places than certain of the other exchanges. Now, what's very important to note here is that the assets are custodied with Fireblocks, which is an industry-leading custodial institution where the user's funds are not held in a hot wallet of the exchange itself, like with the disaster that was FTX. Now, using Fireblocks, that adds a safety layer to the funds of the users, so that it's far less likely or maybe even impossible for there to be any issues with user funds. Currently, there's more than 335 perpetual pairs available for trading futures and leverage that can be integrated into TradingView. Blofin raised $50 million in high-profile VCs and exchanges. The founder is doxxed, so it's not some anonymous founder. There's an active LinkedIn and X account, or it used to be Twitter, at Blofin CEO. There's a copy trading feature on Blofin, which is really, really cool. I might talk a little bit about that later. The proof of reserves are verified on Nansen.ai. Very important to know, so there's no shady stuff going on there. There's a huge focus on customer support, and as I explained, that I've experienced that a lot myself too, because they're new and young and hungry, wanting to grow. They really put that emphasis on customer support, and I experienced that personally. There's a streamlined and clean user interface and experience, as you will see when I walk you through the actual interface a little bit later in this video. There's an extremely simple sign-up process. All you need to do is click the link in the description down below. Use my link, you'll get the maximum amount of benefits and bonuses, and it's just very simple. You sign up with your email, you verify it, and you're good to go. Now, to trade crypto, you need to use an exchange. That can be a centralized exchange like Blofin, for example, or it can be a decentralized exchange. In my opinion, personally, I still prefer to trade on centralized exchanges simply because the experience is better and it's just a nicer interface. Okay, so completely depends on you. As with any exchange, there is always some sort of risk. Nothing is guaranteed. So personally, I always follow the rule that I only keep a certain amount of funds on an exchange that I want to trade with. The majority of my own crypto and bankroll is kept in a cold storage wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor. That means just be smart about it. You know, if you have a $10,000 trading account, or $10,000 risk capital, you don't keep that all on one exchange no matter what the exchange is. You keep only what you need for trading at the time, and that might be $200, might be $500, might be $1,000 if you go a bit crazy. But the majority of that bankroll should be kept in cold storage. That way, if anything happens to the exchange, like we've seen in the past, then, the majority of your funds are safe. You never want to be in a situation where all of your trading capital is put on any one platform, no matter what that is. Alright, so to get started with Blofin, obviously you need to deposit funds to be able to trade with. The easiest, in my opinion, is to always just deposit crypto, where you just deposit your USDT or your USDC, and from there you can start trading. Now, just like with any crypto exchange, Blofin has both spot and futures, and I will go through the spot trading in a different video. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. The interface is probably very similar to what you're used to if you use any different exchanges. You can see over here, you can buy crypto. There's the different markets, there's spot and there's futures. And obviously, the point of this video is to show you how to trade futures and leverage. Okay, so you can see here, just as an example, there's $1,242 in this trading account, and you can see over here very simply, I'm going to use the web browser to show this to you, but they also have an app that's very easy to use. You just go to the App Store, whether that's iOS or Android. You can download that for your phone, and then it's also very easy to just log in and trade on your phone. And actually, I'm okay with trading on the phone. It makes it very easy. If you use a platform like TradingView to be able to look for your charts and your setups, you can just execute on the phone on the app. It's very easy and manage that on the go if you want. But the browser application, just logging into it like this, also works very well. Now, of course, you have your different accounts over here. So you have your funding account where usually your funds go in, and then you can transfer. You can see over here is a button to transfer. You can transfer from the funding account to the spot account, depending if you want to buy spot, or to the futures account. You can choose to do that. So once you've transferred to the futures account, like you can see over here, we can go into the futures section and we can go and trade futures. Now, as you can see over here, the interface will probably very similar to many exchanges that you may be used to. If this is the first time that you're seeing any sort of exchange, most exchanges look like this in a way. Okay, so you have your chart over here, you have your order book with your sell orders and your buy orders. You can see what's happening there. And then, of course, you have the ability to create an order, to place a trade. Okay, so first of all, you can set your margin over here. So you can choose whether you want cross or isolated. Cross simply means that if you take a trade, it will take all the margin in your account. So in this case, I have $1,200. If I select cross and I take any position regardless of the size, it will use that whole $1,200 as collateral for that trade. And if that goes too far against me and the collateral is maxed out, then either I have to add margin or I get liquidated. For that reason, I personally prefer to use the isolated version for any trades, because that allows me to choose how much I want to allocate to a trade. Now, let's just say with this $1,200, I want to risk $100 per trade. That means that when I'm isolated, even if the trade gets liquidated, I'm only losing $100 if I set that as my collateral, and I'm not losing the whole $1,200. Okay, so that's important to note. You can see over here is the leverage, and you can see that can go all the way from 1x all the way up here to 150x, which is obviously way crazy. I would not recommend that. Again, it depends how good you are at trading, what your trading style is. If you're trading very low time frame charts like the 1 minute or the 5 minute, you can go with higher leverage because your entries are usually much more precise. But if you're trading, the 4-hour chart or the daily chart, you obviously want to go lower leverage because your stop loss needs to be wider, and that means you need to be able to tolerate swings, which means you're more likely to go for something like 10x. And again, you can choose that over here. Then you have your different order types. Market order means simply when you buy, you're buying at whatever the price is at the quoted time you click the button. Then you have a limit order where you can select that you want to place an order if the price drops to a certain level, or if it pumps to a certain level, you can buy or sell. And then you have triggers and TP trailing stops don't want to get into that too much because that's a little bit more advanced. So usually I like to use either market or limit. If I'm more patient and I'm waiting for a certain setup to play out, I can use limit orders. And otherwise, if I just want to get into the market right away, well, then we can simply choose what we want to do. So for example, let's just choose, and you can choose here whether you want the amount displayed in USDT or in Bitcoin, right? So if we want to set it in USDT over here, and let's just say you can see the maximum that I can do here is at 10x leverage. We have 1,200 in the account, so that means I can trade 12,000. But I don't want to trade 12,000, so that might be a little bit too much. So I can just trade, let's just say I can trade 1,000 over here. And you can see what it would do here. The liquidation price, it tells me over here. So if I'm buying here at 70,000, the liquidation price would be 63K. And if I'm selling it here at 70,000, the liquidation would be 76,000. So this is obviously a very, very wide stop. Now, if we're zooming in here to the 5-minute chart, now maybe I want to get a little bit more aggressive because I'm looking at this right now and I think the price is going to shoot up a little bit more. So what I could do, for example, is I could go a little bit higher. Let's just say we're doing a 50x leverage trade over here. And that means you can see when I do 50x, I can trade up to almost $60,000 with my $1,200. But obviously I don't want to do that. So let's just say I'm risking 10% of this trade. And let's just say I'm risking here 6,000 on a 50x leverage. You can see my liquidation price is $69,000. So I could go and take a long over here. I could even set the take profit beforehand, right? So let's just say I don't want the price to actually go below this candle. So let's just say I want to put the stop loss at 69,990, and I want to put the take profit at, let's just say 70,222. And you can see over here what will end up happening. And then let's take a trade over here. You can see what is going to happen. So let's confirm over here. And to show you how this works, it shows it here on the chart. This is my entry over here, my stop loss, my take profit. And you can see over here is all the information about the trade. So it's a 50x trade. I'm only putting in $6,000 as a trade size. But keep in mind that's at 50x leverage, which means over here it shows you the margin is only $119. So I'm risking a maximum of $119 if the price were to get liquidated at 69,000. But because I put my stop loss a lot higher, the most I can lose is way less than $119. Okay, that's how we get into the details of trading. So there you go. You can see over here that pumped, the take profit actually got hit and we just made a little profit. You can see here, there's an order history and we just made $6.81, a gain of 5.71%. Just to show you here on the charts here in the review, to show you in real time how it works. And that's basically how easy it works. And you have all the different perpetual contracts. This is obviously Bitcoin. You can see all the different futures here that you have, Ethereum and all the other altcoins that you can actually trade. So in my opinion, Blofin is a great place to trade. As always, limit your exposure to only what you want to put on the exchange for trading. Don't keep your whole bankroll on any single exchange, regardless of whether that's Blofin or another exchange. And you know, this works absolutely great. So if you want to get started with Blofin, if you want to get started trading, use the link in the description down below. You'll be able to get the best sign up bonus, the best rebates on trading volume that I can offer you, because that's what Blofin offers me for my audience, for anyone who uses that link. So there are great benefits. If you're going to sign up anyway, use the link in the description down below. I really appreciate it. And in return, I can continue making these videos for you and hopefully help you make a lot more profits in terms of teaching you how to trade, proper risk management, better strategies, better setups. So if you want to get started with Blofin, click the link in the description. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment.